Hello, it's Crypto CJ, and it's the trade of the day, Thursday night slash Friday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. Got quite the international following today, people in the US, Europe, and Asia. So let's get started. We'll check out the chart shortly. Bitcoin has been a bit, well, kind of churning and burning, but it dipped, held 100K as support. Shot up to 103 and kind of hanging around there at the moment. Let's go ahead and go to the charts now. See if we can find some trades today. Okay, this is my Bitcoin day chart. We're at 103.6 and we're above all the moving averages, 20, 50, and 200. Bitcoin has been trending up pretty consistently since early April. And so over a month now. Ethereum has recovered, trending up as well, though dipping last couple days. Oh, this is my 15-minute chart. Let's get over to the day chart. Yeah, has been dipping last few days. But over 2,000, we'll see if that, or 2,500, let's see if that holds as support. We'd like to see 2,500 for Ethereum and 100,000 for Bitcoin hold to support and push beyond all-time highs. The markets just have not been able to hold those breakouts. So keep that in mind when you're trading. These coins affect all the altcoins that we're going to be talking about. So it's a good idea to have them handy on your computer, on your charts like I do at the moment. So, and then I looked at Twitter briefly, some general information about ETFs and people buying Bitcoin and prognostications. Mostly good news, but nothing that's really going to move the market that I saw. So that's the markets overall. Anybody have any questions or comments or anything to add? We talked before the recording about Coinbase, but as far as we know, that seems to be resolved or trending in that direction.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to Altcoin Alert, see if we can find some day trades and short-term swing trades, make some money on this market. Okay,
The other thing
Altcoin, go ahead.
the other thing Coinbase said was that if anybody lost any money, they would make it good.
Okay.
Sorry.
So if there's an issue you have with Coinbase, contact their always helpful support, and I'm sure they'll take care of you. Um, all right. Altcoin Alert. Easy mode is off. I'm on the altcoin radar setting, and I've got all the columns by which to look and sort. Going to refresh, get the most current information. We'll start with AA scores. Looking for values 80 and higher, and I've got none. So in this situation, I'll usually cheat a little and go into the mid to high 70s. So don't really have that either. Radium in the low 70s, something I trade sometimes. But sometimes you'll do an AA sort and there just won't be any contenders. But I was messing around with this earlier and I did a social activity sort and I found quite a few to trade and I was content with that. So I'm going to match social activity with trading activity, fire and fire, fire and thumbs up. Have fire and fire and civic, something I was trading yesterday. Fire and thumbs up on Ondo. I believe that one's on Coinbase. So there's a few contenders here. Flow, Link. I actually have a trade going on Link.
On which platform do you come to trade?
It's a good question. I try to look for Coinbase coins because most of my viewers are American and can easily access Coinbase. But to be candid, as a more experienced day trader, I trade on a foreign exchange using leverage, and so I trade mostly on Bybit. I've got a kind of a workaround to get on that. So, and the charts I look at are going to be Binance, Bybit, and Coinbase, mostly Coinbase and Binance. Because when I started trading, I started on Binance, so I use their charts, but they don't differ that much from exchange to exchange. All right, so let's look at Civic, CVC. And there it is on my list. And the layout you're seeing on my trading view screen is my day trading layout. It's on the 15-minute chart. I'm using Lux Algo supply and demand visible range for support and resistance, and the RTI relative trend index for entries, and cumulative delta sometimes for confirmation, but I haven't used that much this year. So it's mostly support and resistance and the RTI that I rely on for my entries on day trades, and then I look at Bitcoin and Ethereum as well to see what they're doing. And if all that lines up, then I'll usually enter a trade. All right, so at the moment, CVC has dipped below the 20 on the RTI. So that's a good potential entry for us. The last time we had a dip below the 20 and a break back up was over here on Monday, and then end up doing this. So 28%. I don't wait that long in my trades. I'm usually going to about 1.5%, at 10x leverage. But if you're trading spot, say on Coinbase, like I discussed earlier, you may want to look for 2 to 5%, and then build up those small wins over time. Can increase your balance pretty quickly. So my suggestion on this setup would be to right click on the RTI, add an alert, crossing up, which is this selection here. And the value, you select 20 and trigger once per bar close. And a change I've made, I just started this yesterday actually, is expiration. If you have one of the more expensive trading view plans like me, you have an open-ended alert option. But what you can do is turn that off, or even if it's giving you some dates, just select today's date and then pick a time to turn this off, so it's not going off in the middle of the night unless you want that. So for me, I usually stop trading around 8 p.m. So these are all military time, 2000 hours. Click set. Then message. This is social activity sort. And if you type in something enough times, TradingView will remember it. Notifications. I'm going to notify my app on my phone. Toast notification pop up on my laptop computer. Play a sound also on my laptop. There's a few to choose from. I'm going to go with 3 notes reverb. Click create. And this little dotted line shows up here on the RTI. So when this breaks below the RTI, then breaks back up, so that's a dip and a recovery, a retrace, then I want to know that. So that alert will go off, and I'll look at my chart and Bitcoin and Ethereum on the 15-minute as well, and to make a decision if I'm going to take that trade. All right, so that's a day trade to the setup. Any questions on this? And if you want this chart, email me at cryptocj13@gmail.com, and I can send you a link, and you can do with it what you will. So, all right, so that's the day trading setup. Let's go to the swing trading setup. That's going to be on the hour chart. I'm still using the supply and demand visible range for support and resistance, but I'm going to use a super trend for alerts, and Trendilo LSMA, which is a moving average indicator for confirmation. At the moment, we've got a sell alert on CVC and Trendilo is red. So this is kind of set up for a short if you want to do that. But if you're trading spot, you want to take the next long position, right click on the SuperTrend, and if you want to trade both directions, you can leave the SuperTrend change on, direction change. But if you're trading spot like most, select the buy option. Only once is usually sufficient. Message, social activity sort. And the rest is the same, though I'm playing a different sound. I'll go with handbell. So when that alert goes off on my computer, I know it's a different alert than the day trading alert I just set. So click create, and it should be over here in our alerts list. Yep. The short-term swing trade and day trading alerts are both there. So we're good to go. And I can do something else on my computer or in my life and wait for those alerts to come, maybe trade them off my phone if I'm away from my computer. Okay, any questions on CVC or Civic? Okay, so that's how I use Altcoin Alert to help me figure out which coins to track during the day and set alerts. And then those alerts go off. That's usually when I make a move and make a trade.
Yes, I don't know how to make the trade.
Oh,
I'm
on
quite
an
beginner.
exchange. Okay. Well, that's beyond the scope of this call. So if you, I do book one-on-one sessions with people if they're interested. You can go ahead and email me about that, and we can figure out a time for that. But I will be traveling the next couple days, so I won't be available for probably till Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
On which address I send you my thing?
CryptoCJ13 @gmail.com. You can also reach out to me on the Slack group. I usually, if you
Okay.
send me a direct message, I'll respond to that as well. So, all right. Let's move on then, if there's nothing else. Okay, so that was a social activity sort. We looked at CVC and scroll down further. And we've got chain link, looks pretty good. Yeah, let's check out link real quick. I'll go through these a little faster. If you're struggling to keep up, then there's a replay to watch. You can do that to stay up to speed. Okay, so link on the day trading layout looks pretty similar to what we saw in Civic. It's below the 20 on the RTI. So you can set that alert, right click, add an alert, crossing up on the 20. And the rest is the same as I just showed you. So need not review that again. And on the swing trade, kind of in the middle, no man's land. So if you took this now and it turned around, you have a retrace of about 10%. That's pretty good. But we don't have any indicators going our way yet. We are coming out of the or near the green zone, which is where I like to get in. But add this alert on the super trend and pick that buy signal. And the rest we already know. So that is the link set up. I went through that pretty quickly since we had already done a social activity sort. Any questions on this one? Hmm. Okay. 1 hour projected range. Um, Usually looking for something like this with a bigger number in the middle. We have upper and lower both positive, but this is only 1.7 in the middle. I don't trade off this indicator or column very often. I'm not seeing anything else I like, so gonna bail off that and go to short-term sentiment. I'm gonna match that up with Elder Impulse hourly. So sentiment indicator, technical indicator. Let's see what happens. Generally, I have a hard time matching these. It's much better with long-term sentiment and Elder Impulse daily. But yeah, I'm not seeing any matches. All right, so we had a few matches on social activity, and we'll see if we have any on long-term sentiment. And it looks like we do have a few. Superverse, Alice, Starknet, Helium, Ravencoin, Gala. Rune, I was changing it. I was trading yesterday or day before. Tron, that's unusual. All right, let's look at see what caught my attention. Gala. Let's look at Gala. All right, so we've had three identical setups. So this is a little annoying, but happens sometimes. On the 15-minute chart, our RTI is below the 20, has dipped below, and should be due for a comeback. Let's look at our Bitcoin chart, go over the 15-minute. It's trending down though. So that's probably why we're not getting a real good break above the 20 at the moment on the RTI. Then I'll show you how I set my alert. Add an alert on the RTI after a right click. And I'm going to enter a channel, 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. This is for more experienced people. Once per bar close, expiration. Um, let's see, what's today? 17th, 16th. Yeah. Do this. I'm traveling today, 1900. And message, just long-term sentiment. Notifications, I'll leave it on handbell, click create, and I'll get a rectangle here. So if this breaks above the 80 and then dips back down, that could be a short position that I take. And as we've seen with the others, it's already broken down to 20. If it breaks back up, that can be a long position. So both of those are available to me throughout the day until 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. So that covers my day trade alert. Let's go to the swing trade. And again, kind of in the middle, but everything negative right now, pointing down, not to the green zone. And Trendilo LSMA is red as well. So catch the next move on this one, right click on the super trend and click that buy and off you go. Okay, any questions on Gala? All right. Raven coin is another one I like. Bullish on both long-term sentiment. Was it bullish? Yes. Elder Impulse. So let's go to that. That should be on my list. This is a TradingView watch list. You can create these yourself. I believe I have a video on that, one of my older videos. So if you need to learn how to do that, email me and I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Raven coin is just like the last three, dip below the 20. And so you had a couple of fake outs here earlier today. So be careful on this one. Check your Bitcoin and Ethereum. See if they're cooperating. Right. Ethereum and Bitcoin are both trending down a little bit right now. So even if the alert goes off, I may pass on it, wait till the next one. Again, right click on the RTI. And if you're trading SPY, be crossing up on the 20. Trading both directions. You can go with the entering a channel. 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. I think I'll do that one. So where did I set that? Get that timer again. All right, I'm good to go. Any questions on Raven? We haven't looked at the swing trade yet on this. Well, we have an alert going off. So let's go back to that. So it just nudged above the 20. You can see we have several fake outs here. And as I pointed out earlier, well, we just got a positive signal on Bitcoin, at least one candle. And same on Ethereum. So these were kind of just going nowhere, and it just showed green. That probably drug up Raven coin and triggered the alert. So it's broke above the 20, and it's at the right at the green zone, the support area. So if you're so inclined, you can go ahead and take that trade. Not financial advice. I'm already in a link trade from before this Zoom call started. So on the long side, I'm going to go ahead and just stick with that and not double up at the moment. But you guys do what you want to do. All right. I think we were looking at a swing trade on Raven. So we have a super trend buy signal coming out of the green zone, but the Trendilo LSMA is not confirmed yet. So you might want to check this, say every half an hour or so, or every hour until that trend confirms. Let's say it does, right about here, and then your resistance is going to be here about 6%, then up here around 10%. Those would be good take profit areas, between 9 and 10% there in the red zone, the resistance area on the 1 hour chart. Okay, any questions on Raven coin? Well, that's about all I have for Altcoin Alert and how I use it. Any questions generally about this, or coins you want to look at, anything like that? Okay, in the chat, Robin wants to look at BAT. All right, we'll check that out. Okay, it's a day trade. It already dipped below the 20 and broke up. So resistance here at 2%. It's not bad. A longer wait might bring forth this 3% trade. Resistance here at 6%. In the red zone at almost 9%. All these would be pretty good day trades if BAT, basic attention token, made that kind of retrace. So I like that. In the 1 hour, yeah, we don't have a buy signal yet. Just if you wanted to trade this as a longer term trade and wait for that signal, which probably kicks in about here. Yeah, I don't know if I like that too much. Well, 8 to 9%, not bad on a short-term swing for BAT. Those retrace take profits all would be reasonable. And yeah, I do like that BAT has some green candles. It's right above the support green zone. So it's got potential, but we need the other two signals to kick in, I think, before we take it. But if you're impatient, want to get in now, I think the red zone would be a reasonable retrace, take profit. All right. Thanks from Robin. Very good. Anything else before we wrap it up? Okay, I am traveling, but I should be where I'm supposed to go by Monday night. So looks like it'll be over the weekend. Shouldn't affect our schedule. I will see you then. If you're watching on the recording, please check out the opportunities listed in the pinned comment. Help fund the channel. And you guys have a good trading weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Have a good weekend.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
Thanks, CJ.
Bye.
Thank you.